Welcome to the Ultimate Tenses Mastery Marathon class. Welcome to this mega marathon class on tenses. This is the one single masterclass that will condense months of English grammar learning into a comprehensive session. By the end, you'll have all the rules, memory tricks, exceptions, and numerous examples at your fingertips. Make sure to give this video a thumbs up and download it right away. I understand it might seem like a lot of information, but trust me, this one class will be your ultimate guide to mastering tenses. Save it and return whenever you need a quick refresher. Hello, I'm Sasan, and you're tuned in to the Brainster Corner English channel. Understanding tenses, time travel and language. So, let's dive into the intriguing world of tenses. In English, tenses provide us with information about the timing of an action. Whenever there's an action taking place, work being carried out, it's essential to know when that action is happening. Is it in progress at this moment? Was it completed earlier? Is it about to start soon? These are the insights that tenses offer us. In essence, tense equals time. Time has three major categories: the past, the present, and the future. The past, where events have already concluded, like yesterday, 2 days ago, or last month. The present, which is now, today, this moment, this year, this month. And the future, which lies ahead, tomorrow, next month, next week, next year, and so on. It's reminiscent of a wise line from Master Oogway in Kung Fu Panda. Yesterday is history, tomorrow is a mystery, today is a gift. That's why the present is indeed a gift. Breaking down action, 4 types of tenses. Now, let's focus on the 4 types of actions that tenses help us describe. 1. Simple actions. These are universal, indefinite statements. For example, I walk, he runs. These statements stand as facts without discussing whether the action is ongoing or completed. Surprisingly, around 85% of spoken English uses this simple or indefinite tense. Think of newspapers and books. Chances are, you'll come across a lot of simple present tense. 2. Continuous actions. These actions are ongoing, happening in the present. It's a continuous process. Right now, I'm teaching you tenses, and you're learning English grammar. These are actions that take time to complete. The process is ongoing. 3. Perfect actions. Perfect signifies completion. The action is done and dusted. The golden rule with perfect tenses is that these actions started in the past and concluded at some point. For instance, I have done my homework. It's perfect, it's completed. 4. Perfect continuous actions. This type is less commonly used. Remember, continuous actions are processes, while perfect actions are complete, like, to have read, or, to have walked. Perfect continuous actions combine the two. There's a continuing process that was ongoing in the past and might continue into the future. It's rare, but it exists. Summing up the tenses puzzle. To wrap it all up, let's summarize the concepts we've covered so far. We have 3 time categories: past, present, and future. Within these categories, we have 4 types of actions: simple, continuous, perfect, and perfect continuous. Now, when we combine these aspects, we get a total of 12 tenses. And there's more to come. Stay tuned. Exploring the present tenses, unveiling the present simple tense. Let's dive into the world of present tenses, starting with the first one, the present simple tense. Did you know that about 70% of spoken English is in the present tense? The present simple alone makes up more than half of that, around 57%. Let's take a closer look. Present simple tense, basics and structure. In this tense, we're dealing with ongoing actions, and the structure is quite straightforward. It's subject plus base form of the verb. However, there's a twist for the third person singular. Add an s or s to the verb. For instance, he runs, she speaks, the ball bounces. There's also the case of auxiliary verbs. When an auxiliary verb is present, the main verb retains its original form. For example, she can walk, he must read. Exceptions in special cases. Let's tackle some exceptions. The verb to be also follows specific patterns in this tense. I am, you are, we are, they are, he, she, it is. Remember, this tense is perfect for general statements, habits, and facts. For instance, the sun rises in the east, water boils at 100 degrees Celsius. Scheduled events and drama creation. Interestingly, the present simple tense is also used for scheduled future events, like train or flight timings. The train arrives at 6 p.m. It's like these events are already facts in the calendar. This tense is also a master of creating drama in storytelling. I walk into the store, he walks up behind me, they pull out their guns and fire. It gives an immediate and intense feel to the narrative. Negatives and contractions. Now, let's explore negative sentences. I do not paint, they do not swim, he does not remember her. A memory trick. Do, does, plus, not, always comes before the main verb. Recap time. Do, for, you, we, they, and, does, for, he, she, it. Don't forget the contractions, don't, and, doesn't. For example, I don't like spicy food, she doesn't like meat. The present continuous tense. Dive deeper. Before we move forward to the next tense, I'm here to help with any questions you might have about the present continuous tense. If something's puzzling you, drop a comment below. Now, let's explore the second tense, the present continuous tense. Present continuous tense, for actions in the now. Ever heard the phrase, right here, right now? That's the essence of the present continuous tense. It's all about actions happening in the present moment or around the time of speaking. For instance, you are learning English grammar, I am talking to you. Structure and memory hacks. The structure is simple, subject plus be plus verb plus ing. Here's a handy memory trick. When you see ing, you're in the realm of continuous tenses. Remember, continuous has you in the spelling. You and you are both part of the present continuous tense. Examples and observations. I am studying for my exam, she is planning a vacation, they are going to college. It's all about what's happening around this moment. But here's a challenge for you. What's the difference between, what do you think, and, what are you thinking? Share your thoughts in the comments. Temporary situations and drama. Present continuous tense isn't just about the immediate present. It's also used to talk about temporary situations. My mom lives in Los Angeles suggests permanence, while my mom is living in Los Angeles implies a temporary arrangement. And guess what? This tense is a wizard at crafting drama in storytelling. Arrangements and annoying habits. Did you know? Present continuous tense also spills into future arrangements. They are getting new laptops on Tuesday, I am flying to London next week. Scheduled and set in the calendar. And if something's bugging you, like a pesky habit, you can use the present continuous tense to express annoyance. Mary is always talking in class. Those habits can really get under our skin. Control and creativity. Here's a twist. Present continuous tense can also convey actions we control, usually temporarily. You are being careful, or, Mary is always being silly. It's about actions that are out of the ordinary and within our control. State verbs and grammar play. Although typically, you'd avoid using present continuous tense with state verbs, there are exceptions. For instance, I'm hating this music, or, I'm loving my new haircut. These convey temporary states of emotion. Expressing brand actions. Language evolves, and so do verbs. Nouns turn into actions. Ever caught yourself saying, I'm Snapchatting, we're Instagramming? Language is an exciting playground. Journey through the past tenses, unveiling the past perfect tense. Let's venture into the world of past tenses now. We've covered the present, and now it's time to explore the past. There are 4 forms of past tense, each with its unique role in storytelling and communication. Simple past tense, capturing past actions. We'll kick off with the simple past tense, used to describe completed actions in the past. It's like reliving a moment. Around 20% of spoken English falls under this tense, and it's as simple as subject plus verb ed for regular verbs. For instance, he visited his grandparents last summer. But remember, irregular verbs play by their own rules. She slept at 10 p.m. last night. Time expressions and negatives. Past actions often come with specific time markers like, yesterday, last week, or, 2 days ago. These help pinpoint when the event occurred. For negative sentences, it's subject plus did plus not plus verb ed. And don't forget the contractions like didn't. For example, she didn't finish her homework on time. Past continuous tense, adding depth to the past. Past continuous tense adds depth to past actions. It's like catching a glimpse into a moment in the past. Picture this: subject plus was, were plus verb ing. They were playing tennis yesterday. This tense highlights actions that were happening at a specific point in the past. Interrupted actions and specific moments. Past continuous is also fantastic for actions that were interrupted by another event. I was reading a book at 3 o'clock when they called. It lets us zoom in on a specific time frame in the past. Notice the difference between, we were walking home when we met Ted, and, we walked home and we met Ted. Negative and singular versus plural subjects. The negative form is as straightforward as it gets. Subject plus was, were plus not plus verb ing. She was not riding a cycle. Remember, was, for singular subjects like, I, he, and, she, while, were, suits plural subjects like, you, we, and, they. Unveiling the future tenses, a glimpse into tomorrow. We've traversed through the past and present, and now it's time to unveil the mysteries of the future tenses. There are 4 distinct forms of future tense, each allowing us to paint vivid pictures of what's to come. Simple future tense, envisioning the future. Let's start with the simple future tense, which allows us to talk about actions that we believe will occur in the future. It's as if we're peering into a crystal ball of possibilities. The structure here is subject plus will, shall plus verb. For example, I will go to the beach tomorrow, or, they will finish their project next week. Promises, threats, and offers. Not only does simple future express upcoming actions, but it's also a versatile tool for making promises, issuing threats, or extending offers. I will help you move houses, I will never talk to you again, and, we will make scones for tea tomorrow, are a few instances. Shall versus will. While will is commonly used for future intentions and predictions, shall gives a touch of formality, especially with I and we. For instance, I shall go to the ball tonight and dance with the prince. Future continuous tense, immersed in tomorrow. Future continuous tense immerses us in ongoing actions that will unfold in the future. Imagine being a part of these moments. The structure follows subject plus will, shall plus be plus verb ing. I will be studying at this time tomorrow, or, they will be traveling next month. The future intentions and plans. Here's the twist. Will indicates spontaneous decisions, while going to signifies pre-planned intentions. I will have chocolate ice cream when deciding on the spot, but I'm going to take chicken nuggets for a pre-arranged party. It's all about the timing. Future perfect tense, reflecting on the future. Future perfect tense takes us on a reflective journey, showing us actions that will be completed before a certain point in the future. Structure. Subject plus will plus have plus past participle. You will have finished packing by the time the cab arrives. Looking back from the future. This tense lets us look back on actions completed before a future event. I will have finished my work by 5 p.m., or, they will have left for a vacation by next week. Time expressions help add depth to the story. Future perfect continuous tense, forever in motion. The final gem, future perfect continuous tense, captures continuous actions stretching into the future. Think of it as a never-ending flow of actions leading up to a specific moment. Subject plus will, shall plus have plus been plus verb ing. She will have been teaching at the school for 20 years when she retires. An ongoing journey. This tense paints a vivid picture of actions that continue up to a certain point. I will have been practicing piano for 2 hours straight by tomorrow. Time expressions keep us anchored in the unfolding narrative. As we conclude our exploration of English tenses, remember that these linguistic tools are not just rules to memorize, but brushes that help paint intricate narratives. From the timeless present to the ever-shifting future, tenses guide us through the tapestry of time, enabling us to share experiences, express intentions, and narrate stories with precision. Mastering tenses takes practice, but it's a journey well worth embarking upon. Each tense contributes a unique shade to the canvas of communication, allowing us to communicate nuances, intentions, and emotions effectively. So, embrace the depth and breadth of tenses, and let your words flow seamlessly through the corridors of time. With a firm grasp of tenses, you're equipped to craft stories, communicate ideas, and connect across cultures. So, step confidently into the world of English tenses, and let your language journey be one of expression, clarity, and connection. Thank you for joining us in this linguistic voyage. Keep practicing, keep exploring, and keep sharing your insights with others. Stay curious, and never stop learning. Until next time, happy communicating!